got Nadeem over here, so I'm going to show him what we typically do when we're out at shows. Usually everybody gets together, about 3 in the morning and starts cooking, like the brisket and everything. But it takes hours, and by 6 o'clock in the morning, everybody's pretty hungry.
Absolutely.
So what all the pitmasters start doing is they start competing, and they'll make fatties.
Okay.
So they'll make little things, and then they'll compete, unofficially, competitions, to see who can make the best fatty. So that's what we're gonna do today. And first thing we do is just pick up one of these little, sausage, Jimmy Dean's, doesn't matter what kind it is. And this is what we're gonna use just to start out. What I'm gonna do is get a 1 gallon bag, Ziploc, and we're gonna put this inside. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna mash this up, and we're gonna put this as flat as we can. So I use one of these rollers to just mash it up and put it as flat as we can. And you'll see the reason why we put it in a Ziploc. It's a lot easier to handle once we start filling it in. So now, a fatty could be anything inside. Eggs, cheese, potatoes. One of my kids doesn't like eggs, so I have to be creative. My other one does, the other one doesn't, so I have to be creative. So I usually make hash browns with cheese. I'll put potatoes, some country potatoes, that is what we're gonna do today, with some cheese. But you can do pretty much anything. I've even seen crab in there, shrimp.
Nice.
Looks like an omelet inside, so it looks pretty good.
So I think what's important then is just to be creative and just make your own version of it, and just to experiment with it.
Yeah, I even saw a donut one time in one.
A donut?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're not gonna get that fancy today.
No, I didn't think so.
Make it simple today. So make sure it's all the way to the end. All right, so the next step, now that we have everything all flattened out, is we're gonna get some scissors and we're gonna cut along the edge of the Ziploc on both sides. Okay, and now we're gonna flap this back. Now, that's the reason why we want this. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a lattice with the bacon. And this is, make sure you get the regular bacon, your packet bacon. Don't get the extra thick bacon because it won't work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start creating a lattice. Basket weave. We're gonna put it across. Top. All right, so now that we put the bacon across, you're gonna move one, every other one, this, and then we're gonna put the next one the other way, like this. Now we're gonna put it over. Now it's the opposite one.
back and forth until you run out of bacon. I used to worry that I was going to run out of bacon, and these packets make it exactly the right amount. Okay. So
Looks delicious.
You have your basket weave, okay, and then this is going to be flipped around, and that's the reason why we have this bag. So before I do that, I'm going to put some rub. You can put any kind of rub. The one I like to use is made by Big Papa Smokers. It's called Money. They have great rubs. Just the one, this is my go-to. It's called Money. It's great on burgers as well. I want to put the rub on right now because I'm going to flip this around and it'll be really difficult to put the rub after. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put the plastic over it like this. Okay. Grab it from the bottom. We're going to flip it around. And that's the reason why we use the Ziploc bag for the flipping. Without it, it would be a nightmare. It's a mess. So, there we go. Okay. So now, I'm going to do this because it's easier to work this way. Okay. So now that we have this created, now we can put the filling in here. Any filling that you want to do. I usually scramble eggs first. Make sure you scramble eggs first. Put whatever you want in scrambled eggs, and then you're going to put it inside. I'll usually put some cheddar cheese on it as well. It works really great with scrambled cheddar cheese. And what I did today, because like I was telling you, my son doesn't like eggs, I'm going to put some country style potatoes that I've already cooked. They're already on the frying pan. So I'm going to put those in here. It can even be hash brown. So that's going to be the next step. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make some, like I was saying, my country style potatoes are already cooked. Do not put them in raw. I made that mistake originally. We have raw potatoes. And what we're doing is we're just gonna put it on one end of this fatty. Also, it helps if it's cool, because if it's too hot, it's going to be a nightmare trying to touch this stuff. Okay, and I'm also going to throw some cheese in here.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely getting hungry because this is looking good. It's smelling very good, and I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out.
All right, so now this plastic, we're going to raise up a little bit, and we're going to use this to start shaping our fatty. Just make sure it's a little tight, or else all the stuff is going to fall out from the edges. Okay, so that's what the fatty looks like. Now on the sides, you're going to notice that some of the stuff starts to come out. So what I usually do is just stuff it back in. You can even use some toothpicks to keep it sealed in there. All right, and it's ready to put on the smoker. Now if you don't have a smoker, don't worry. You can also put it in the oven. But today we're going to put it on the smoker. Okay.
Looks good.
All right, everybody. So this is what we call the fatty. We're gonna smoke a fatty in a little smoker. Okay, so I use the plastic because it's gonna make it easier to put in. This thing is super hot right now. I don't want to drop it. Roll it in there. There you go. See how easy that was?
Looks
so
good.
between 350 and 375 degrees. If you're gonna put it in the oven, make sure you do about the same, 350 to 375. So it's gonna slow cook. Make sure the internal temperature is about 160 to 165 before you pull it, all right? And we'll be back. All right, so now we're gonna check the fatty, see how it's coming along. It's been on here for 25 minutes. So you can tell it's starting to render. And so what I do is flip it. That's all we're gonna do. Pretty easy.
I wish you can see what or smell what the smells like. It smells amazing.
All right, so now the fatty's almost ready. It's at about 160 degrees internal temperature. And that's what it looks like right now. Now, you can probably pull it right now, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a little bit of barbecue sauce and raise it up a little bit. And this is just gonna give it the final touch.
Yeah, I definitely want to zoom in on that. It looks amazing, smells amazing. And this is one of the examples that I'm going to go ahead and give of giving that love to the cooking, or the cariño, as they say in Spanish. And this is what makes the difference from a good barbecue to a phenomenal. The little details like that, because this is going to help with the flavor, with the presentation. And I just wish that you guys can even smell what this smells like here, because I know this is going to be amazing. I'm excited for this to be ready, hopefully very soon.
Fatty is ready. We just smoked this fatty and it's ready to be cut up and eaten for breakfast. So here we go. See how it looks. Turn it around and voila. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut it in slices for your guests. Around. Okay. Let's serve these now. There you go.
Wow, that just smells delicious, looks delicious.
Amazing.
All right, guys, what do you guys think? What's your opinion? What do you think? Amazing? All right, how about over here?
Oh, it's pretty good. I can barely even talk.
Well, that's a good thing. When they're normally quiet, that's definitely a good thing. And this is an amazing breakfast. We have the coffee brewing and a bunch of good stuff happening outside. So just remember, don't be scared. Go ahead and try new things. And I want to definitely thank Carlos. And Carlos, what's your hashtag?
It is Carflow Barbecue Blender. So Carflow, Carflo, BBQ Blender. And you can find me on Instagram.
All right. And definitely make sure that you subscribe and click the like button so you can go ahead and get the notifications. And let's enjoy.